Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You are all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you stand before me today, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will stay with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plea out to your case, or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. You are also entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office today to represent you. You are entitled to make a phone call. If you haven't had the opportunity to make one yet, please let me know so you can let family, friends, or counsel know where you are. If you haven't gotten one yet, I'll make sure that you get one today. Finally, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be used against you in the prosecution down the road. So don't say anything about the facts of your case today. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you give the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, I want you to come forward to the podium. First case is Dawn Hensley. Good morning, Ms. Hensley. What is your date of birth?
2789.
Okay, you are here this morning for a violation of probation. It looks like the warrant for a violation of probation in front of Judge Merritt. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Judge Merritt wants no bond on that right now, so we're going to keep that at no bond. And we're going to set you up to come back in for an arraignment on that case on November 17th at 9 a.m. Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, public defender. We also have you here this morning for a grand theft auto. I did find probable cause for your arrest on that. We're going to keep the bond on that at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court on November 17th at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
And I've appointed the public defender in that case as well. Tammy Moody.
And Judge, I would like to be heard on that at some point.
On what?
On Miss Moody's case.
Okay. Miss Moody, can I have your date of birth, please?
6864.
Okay. Ms. Moody, you are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt, and that was issued on October 20th. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, ma'am?
I have a public defender.
We're already appointed.
Oh, she said she had a private attorney. Who do you
No,
have?
I have a public defender.
Okay. All right.
Miss Bell's representing her.
Okay. All right. Mr. Bauer, what did you want to address?
Your Honor, this is an FTA from Friday.
Right.
Miss Moody was in our office. On Thursday, she was at the hospital. She has some pretty significant health issues. On Thursday, they did 3 bone marrow biopsies. She was late. She called our office, and by the time she showed up, court was over. She brought the medical records. I reviewed them. She went to turn herself in on Friday. However, the warrant was not active. I had expected to see her over the weekend. And when they wouldn't take her on Friday, she showed back up to our office yesterday, spoke with Miss Bell, and subsequently left our office and went directly down to the jail and turned herself in.
Okay.
So I don't know if the warrant authorizes any modification. If it does, I'd ask the court to consider reducing the $7,500 bond.
If the court's even considering that, I would like to be heard
Well,
about her
I'm not going
extensive
to
criminal
reduce
record.
the bond amount, so
Thank you.
I don't need to be heard on that. But I was considering moving up her court date to 11/3 or even 10/31, so that way you can address it with Judge Merritt.
That would be fine.
Well, 10/31 is an arraignment, though. I'm not really sure. Has she already been arraigned?
Can we?
Yes.
The arraignment that she's
She's
in?
on the D docket for Judge Merritt. Can we put her on 11/17? That's the appropriate day.
I want to move her up. So this could be heard in front of Judge Merritt. That was the point. It's on 11/17 right now. I want to move it up.
11/3, I think, would probably be the appropriate day.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to figure out, has she already had an arraignment on
Yes,
this
ma'am.
battery?
Yes, ma'am. She's already been arraigned
Okay.
on this case.
All right, so we'll put it on for 11/3. I'm going to keep the bond the same for right now at 7,500. I understand what your attorney is saying, but I think it's more appropriately should be brought up in front of Judge Merritt, so Judge Merritt can determine whether he wants to reduce the bond amount that he put on the warrant. Okay, so I'm going to get you in front of there a little earlier. We'll put it on for November 3rd at 9 a.m. and that way Judge Merritt can consider that then. Okay.
I'll make sure Miss Bell's aware of what's going on, okay?
All right. Thank you, Ms. Moody. Angelica Rivera. Good morning, Ms. Rivera. What is your date of birth?
5/16/81.
Okay. You are here this morning also for a violation of probation on a misdemeanor case in front of me. The bond is no bond right now. What was the recommendation of probation on this? Oh, we don't have probation.
I think she has another case also. She has a new case, 17 CT 3781, that's set for November 1st arraignment. That case is also probably needs to come back to your honor to track with the VOP. But I think she has a new case. That may be the warrant. That may be why probation was violated.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has an arraignment. From Judge Hisley at 11 9 a.m.
And what is the charge on that?
Syphilis, second offense. It's case number 17, CT 3781.
Okay. Ms. Rivera, the recommendation from probation was 120 days, and then you got, looks like a new charge of driving unsuspended that you're set up to go to court in, I think, next week. Do you want to take care of both of those cases today? If you do, I'll sentence you to 150 days Hernando County Jail. You can be done with it today. And I'll give you credit for any time that you have in.
How long is that?
It was 150 days. That would take care of both of your cases.
And if not, when would be the court date?
And your next court date would be 11/29. Just want to keep it on November 29th?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
please.
I can't hear you.
Please.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office. We'll have you come back on November 29th at 9 a.m., okay? And we're going to keep the bond at no bond right now. Toya Wright? Good morning, Ms. Wright. Can I have your date of birth?
Good morning. 12/16/1971.
Thank you. Okay, you are here this morning for a violation of probation. It's a warrant signed by Judge Toner on September 28th. He wants no bond on that, so I'm going to keep that no bond right now. Do you have a public defender representing you on this case already?
Yes, high blood.
Okay.
He'll
You
be-
have
he'll be
Attorney
fine.
Highsmith representing you?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't want me to appoint the public defender's office?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we're going to keep it a no bond, and I'm going to see you back to court on November 20th at 8:30 a.m., okay? Make sure your attorney knows your court date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. John Ayan? Mr. Ayan, can I have your date of birth, please?
5878.
Thank you. You are here this morning for a grant theft and a possession of a controlled substance. I did find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
I've already got a public defender. I was going to see if these are add-on charges. I was going to see if they could be put on with mother.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that, but I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office.
I got Alexander already.
Okay, all right. And are you currently set for court on November 6th at 8:30?
Yes, I
Okay.
think so. I don't know when the court date is exactly.
Okay, well, I believe that's when it is.
It was yesterday. I had court yesterday and they didn't take me, so I don't know.
Oh, yesterday, I don't.
November 6th will work. I'll get it figured out, I guess.
All right, I'm not sure what yesterday was, but yeah, but November 6th was the
23rd.
date that I believe.
Yeah, here's an
And the
amendment on 11-6.
Okay, yes, everything's set for 11/6. All right,
All right,
so
thank you.
we'll appoint the public defender, set it for 11/6. I'm going to keep the bond the same, 2,000, 2,000, okay?
Yeah, I got the same public defender, Alexander.
I believe so. I believe you have the same one.
Yes.
I thank you, ma'am.
Okay? Nicholas Britton. Hi, Mr. Britton. Can I have your date of birth, please?
7/16/82.
Okay. You are here this morning for a burglary of a dwelling. The bond is currently $5,000. A grand theft, the bond is currently $2,000. And a grand theft auto, the bond is currently $5,000. I did find probable cause for all of those. Bless you. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender's office, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Can I request a certain public defender?
No. Does he have other cases on 11/23? Is that why this date is on here?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm going to talk to you about that. I was going to ask for a recommitment. He's
Okay.
got...
Well, hold on a second.
Sorry.
Let me just make sure we're on the same page. And I'm familiar with Mr. Britton. He was in front of me last Friday. So I'm familiar with his record as well.
You do remember, Your Honor, that the bondsman told me the court date was Friday, and I know you told me I should have called the clerk, but you remember the situation on the FDA, right?
I remember the situation on the FDA. Yes, that was just Friday. My memory's not that
Right.
bad.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
That's not what you're here for today, though. You're here today on these new charges.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out the 11/23. It looks. I just want to make sure that's the right date. It looks like you might have a court date in front of Judge Toner for something. I don't know what it is.
Grand Theft Auto?
Well, that's the new charge. Is the pending charge a grand theft auto as well?
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
Okay.
As soon as I got to the jail, there was a detective there, and he charged me with Grand Theft Auto for some reason.
Does anyone have the case number for that felony?
Nothing with it. Liquor license for 2011.
Really?
I don't see, the only 2017 case I see is a misdemeanor.
No, since he was just arrested, it probably doesn't get clerked yet. It was just happened within the last day or two, right?
No, not this case. I was looking for
The other one.
He has. I mean, this court date was changed to 11/23 in front of Toner. I'm assuming that's because he has another court date, another case set in front of Judge Toner on 11/23.
I only know that he has been arrested, and I know the date of offense. I don't know the case number, or that it actually got a case number yet.
Legend.
If I could just have your patience for a moment there, Mr. Britton, so I figure something out.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
this is yet.
No, the only thing that's on there is a misdemeanor CT case.
I think there's a capias on that, isn't there? On
Yeah,
that
he's doing
17.
stuff in on that on Friday.
That was that 17 CT 1829 was handled Friday. Okay.
Okay, I don't see any other.
Nothing else
So
shows
do we
up.
leave it on 11:20 then?
I'd say leave it on 11:20.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if we get the other one, if it needs to be moved, we'll make a motion.
That could be scrivener's error, and I apologize.
Okay, so Mr. Britton, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were taken into custody on Friday on my warrant for an FTA. The bond on that was $1,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you were able to bond out, you were arrested on these new charges. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There was a detective there waiting on me when I got into jail.
Doesn't make any sense because then he would have been arrested on Saturday. He would have been in front of the judge on Sunday.
That could have happened, right? I mean,
Yeah,
and
you
we just
were.
didn't get
I think
into
you
the
was
first.
this weekend.
Were you at first appearance this weekend? On Sunday?
Saturday morning.
Yeah,
So that's for my
morning,
failure to appear, though, not for any new charges.
No,
Yeah.
for the
No,
failure to appear and the Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto, right? There was a Grand
Okay.
Theft Auto. The date of offense was
Okay.
somewhere between 10/9 and 10/13.
Okay, so it's somewhere out there that we don't have any paperwork on yet. So, which makes me right for the court date issue.
Whoever would have
We leave it on 11:20?
I think we just leave it there, Judge. If we
Okay.
need to move it, we can.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I show from 10:20 the Grand Theft Auto is set for 11:14.
Hey, thank you.
That's a completely separate date. All right, 11:14.
That looks like a merit date.
Yeah, that looks like what no, because the first arrest was over the weekend, would have went to Judge Merritt. So this one probably should just go to 11:14 to check.
Okay. Okay, so now we're at November 14th with your other case, okay? November 14th at 9 a.m.
$12,000 bond.
Yeah, unless, I don't.
I could give you some
The
history
date of
if you
offense
want.
is 8/22, so I don't know if it's an RCO.
It's probably not because it does predate the other one.
Right.
But Your Honor, it does not predate the traffic case, though.
Okay, when was the date of offense on the CT case?
I don't know. Can you look at the information, Mrs. Clark? 17 CT 1829. 5/21/17. Okay.
Oh, I thought you said 9.
So yeah, Your Honor, we would ask that he be. I know that he just got a $1,000 bond on the FTA, but being that he's committed new offenses since then, that he's just been arrested on,
Okay.
we'd ask that you RCO him on 17 CT 1829.
Okay, so Mr. Britton, the state is asking me to recommit you, which means pull the $1,000 bond on the driving unsuspended, the CT case that you have, and hold you in custody, no bond on that, since it looks like you committed these offenses while you were out on bond on the driving unsuspended case. Instead of doing that, would you rather just take care of your driving unsuspended case today? I'll sentence you to 30 days jail and you'll be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You understand by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up a right to go to trial?
Can I answer one question first, real quick,
Sure.
before you finalize that? By saying that, I'm not admitting guilt to the other charges because they're alleged charges. I didn't do them.
It has nothing to do with the other charges. This is
So what I'm
just,
saying, you just said that.
the one
you're
that
gonna
you were in
recommit.
front of me last week,
Right.
the
Are
one
you saying
that you
I
FTA'd
committed
and
these
you came in
other
on
charges
Friday.
while I was on bond? I didn't commit anything while I was on bond.
Okay. Well, then we will, here's the thing, but not that you were at, the date of offense on these grand thefts and everything, there's probable cause to believe that you committed a crime while you had another charge pending. Based on that, I can recommit you and hold you in the Hernando County Jail on this 2017 CT 1829 case. I'm going to do that unless you want to take care of that case today for 30 days Hernando County Jail. What do you want to do?
Okay, we'll just take care of it, Dave.
Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case that you're giving up the right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up the right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your behalf, and you're giving up the right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
And with regard to this driving suspended in 2017 CT 1829, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest. I find this freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty. I sentence you to 30 days Hernando County Jail. I'm going to give you credit for the 5 days that you had in, okay?
Do I get the credit for the 4 days from
Nope.
Pasco too?
No,
Yeah, 4
we
days
just took you
Pasco.
into custody on this on Friday. So you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days, okay?
Your Honor.
You'll have fines and court costs in the amount of $438. So when you do get a chance, you want to make your way down to the clerk's office and make a payment arrangement for that, okay?
As far as the money, that includes the $50 cost of prosecution,
And it's
right?
the cost of incarceration.
There's also an investigative cost of $110, I believe, to the Brooksville Police Department.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Britton, your other case is set for November 14th at 9 a.m. Okay, we'll see you back to court then.
I saw all the bonds on the other cases the same. Then?
Yes,
The verdicts are easy. All right.
okay. Charles Burgess. Mr. Burgess, can I have your date of birth?
12/6/88.
Okay, you are here this morning for a violation of probation. There is no bond on that. It looks like a violation of probation for a driving on suspended driver's license signed by me,
Sorry, who was this?
Charles Burgess.
Thank you.
Looks like you also have
Yes,
another driving on suspended, a 2017 CT 3775. It looks like probation is looking at 120 days Hernando County Jail. If you want to do that today, we can do that on both of your charges. Do you want to take care of both of these things today?
Yeah.
Okay. First, we'll do the 2000 CT 3775. You understand, and I think that's set for an arraignment on November 8th in front of Judge Hitzman. You understand by taking a plea on that case, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yeah.
With regard to the driving on suspended driver's license in case number 2017 CT 3775, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest. I find this freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 120 days Hernando County Jail. You have fines and court costs in the amount of $438, and the cost of incarceration will be assessed against you. In case number 2017 CT 1834, the allegation that you violated your probation on a driving on suspended driver's license. Do you understand that by admitting you violated your probation, you're giving up your right to a hearing?
Yeah.
You're giving up your right to call witnesses at that hearing, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove that you violated your probation. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yeah.
Do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yeah.
Okay. I accept your admission. I find this freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty, revoke, terminate your probation, sentence you to 120 days Hernando County Jail concurrent with 2017 CT 3775. Any outstanding conditions will be T6. Okay, that should take care of everything, sir, okay?
No credit time served, Your
Let's
Honor?
see what's the rest of this. You're given 2 days credit on each. Yeah.
And then is there, we need $50 cost of prosecution?
On the violation of probation, there'll be $50 cost of prosecution, yeah.
And on the other one also.
That's included in the fines and court costs.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Brendan Cowdrey. Mr. Cowdrey, what's your date of birth?
6/18/97.
Okay, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
6/18/97.
Thank you. You're here this morning for a possession of paraphernalia. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
I just want to take care of it today.
Okay. Is there an offer for him to take care of this case today? Does he have any priors?
Yeah, his priors include a bunch of juvenile stuff in 13 and 14 with thefts and drugs and batteries and larcenies. 2014 is a burglary with a violation of probation. It looks like he had some out-of-state methamphetamine charges from 2015 and 16. What do we have here?
All right, Mr. Crabtree, if you want to take care of your case today, it'd be 20 days from Hernando County Jail. You want to do that today?
Is there any way I can? I don't live in this state, so I'm trying to go back to Tennessee. Is there any way that I can?
Well, based on your prior record, you're looking at 20 days jail. If you don't want to take the jail, then we're going to you're going to give you a bond amount and a new court date. So what do you want to
You
do?
can't.
I'm sorry?
Like probation, something? Can't give me like probation or something?
They don't want you on probation. Doesn't sound like you'd be a good probationer.
And he doesn't
And
live
plus, you live out of state, so. What do you want to do?
What was my offer again?
20 days, and I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in.
This is a misdemeanor, though.
Okay. Do you want me to appoint the public defender in your case?
I'll just take 20 days.
Do you understand by pleading to this case today, you're giving up right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up right to confront witnesses against you?
Actually, what would my bond be? Can I get my bond lowered?
All right. I'm going to give you a bond of $2,000. You're going to be back to court on November 15th at 9 a.m. Someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you if you can't bond out. If you do bond out, make sure to come and see them. Gordon Halverson.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Halverson, can I have your date of birth, please?
8/29/59.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a failure to appear. It looks like you failed to appear in front of Judge Merritt, and he is not so happy. He has notes written in here that say that this is not the first time that you failed to appear on this case.
Oh.
So he wants you.
My
No.
attorney's present.
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
Please stop. Don't say anything. Are you represented by the public defender's office?
No, I have my own private.
Who is your private attorney?
I forgot his name, but he showed up on the 20th of this month, which was just a couple of days ago, and I was very ill, and my attorney was here, and the case was settled. I thought the case was settled, and
Okay.
then
Okay. So we're going to keep no bond right now. You need to make sure to let your attorney know that your next court date is November 17th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Merritt, okay? We'll see you back to court then.
excuse me, ma'am, what's the court date for?
It's for this
I
charge.
thought the
And
case was,
it's for this charge. It's
I
not
thought the case
resolved.
was handled.
It's not handled. He's still pending. You need to talk to your attorney about that. It looks like it's attorney Michael Butash. You need to get in touch with him, okay? Thank you, Madam Clerk. Richard Haviland.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Haviland. Can I have your date of birth, please?
4/17/77.
Thank you. You were here this morning for a domestic battery. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Probably the public defender.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State receiver prior record.
Yes, he's got going back over some Georgia DUIs in the 90s, in 04 DUI, petty theft in 05, a couple of battery convictions, resisting without, in 09 DUI, 11 DUI, 13 and 15
No, ma'am, I
driving
only have
suspended.
3 DUIs.
Stop.
Sorry.
A bunch of DUIs.
Okay. Now you just admitted that you have 3 DUIs. All right. I have an address for you on 3468 Crescent Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
2.5 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Tree work.
Okay. Is that full time?
Yes. I work for myself and other companies, freelance climber.
All righty. Okay, I'm going to give you a bond of $5,000. As a condition of bond, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Jessica Miller. No contact with Jessica Miller. Do you guys live together?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't go where she lives. Do you have someplace else to go?
Yes.
Okay. You have no contact with her whatsoever. Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, and do not have anyone else do that on your behalf. If you have any contact with her whatsoever, you'll be charged with a new crime and you'll be held without bond until you resolve all of your cases. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What was
I'm going
the
to hold
bond?
you until 4.
I missed it. What was the bond?
Okay. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Jessica wants to file an injunction against you. We need to know where to find you. And we're going to see you back to court on November, is that 15th?
Yeah, that's what we put the other misdemeanors on.
November 15th at 9 a.m. Okay? We tried to be a public defender, okay?
Thank you.
Stephen Langoni. Mr. Langoni, what's your date of birth?
12/6/84.
All right. You were here this morning for a possession of methamphetamine. 2 counts of that. The bond is $2,000 each. A possession of a controlled substance. The bond is $2,000. And a possession of drug paraphernalia. The bond is $1,000. Did you want me to appoint a public defender to represent you on all of these cases?
Yeah, let me get a peek. I already got I got 6 other felonies I'm fighting in phone court too.
Okay. All right. So I'll appoint a public defender to represent you. I'm not finding probable cause on any of these, but I'm going to hold your bond at $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, and $1,000. And I'm going to give the state 24 hours. I'm going to bring you back up here for first appearance in 24 hours so the state can tell me whether they have what I need to find probable cause, which would be some type of a drug identifier for the pill that was found and a narco test for everything else. So we'll see you back in 24 hours. I'm not finding probable cause for these today, okay?
All right.
Okay. We've got other cases on also. We'll talk about them tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow, yes. Eric Keels Rodriguez.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What is your name?
Eric Keelis Rodriguez.
Okay, thank you. What is your date of birth?
May 11th, 95.
All right, you are here this morning for a violation of pretrial release. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office? You're going to hire an attorney? Or you want to represent yourself?
For now, the public defender.
Okay. Does the public defender's office also represent you on your pending case?
Which pending case?
Cases.
2017 MM 3581 in front of Judge Hitzman. You don't know?
What are the charges? Can I ask what are the charges on that?
I believe it was a battery.
No, I believe I have a public defender for that too.
Okay. All right. On this pending case, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Ariana Tyler. No contact whatsoever. That means do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have any contact with her whatsoever, okay? I'm also going to recommit you on 2017 MM 3581. That means I'm pulling any bond that you might have on that case. I'm going to hold you in custody until all of your cases are resolved, okay?
Can we also
See,
request these bond be revoked on 17 CF 955? That's an open case that isn't.
we'll see you back. Hold on. We'll see you back to court on this case, Mr. Rodriguez, on November 15th at 9 a.m. Is that? No, his other one's on November 1st, right?
Yeah, put them
Okay.
on November 1st.
November
Join.
1st at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hitzman. Okay, that's when your misdemeanors are going to be. November 1st, 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hitzman. And you also have another pending felony out there. What is the case number on?
17 CF 955. It's on for November 3rd, free trial.
What is the date of offense?
I don't know.
Okay, we're also going to revoke your bond in 2017 CF 955.
However, if I may, it says that on that misdemeanor
Yeah.
RCO as well as that felony RCO, the bonds were already revoked on 10/18.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, Damon Santiago. Hi, Mr. Santiago. What is your date of birth?
9/22/73.
Okay. You were here this morning on a driving on suspended driver's license. Looks like they charged you with a felony. I find probable cause for a misdemeanor driving on suspended driver's license only. The state did not give me what I need, or the sheriff's office did not give me what I need in order to find probable cause for the felony. So it's probable cause for the misdemeanor only. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. State to super prior record.
Yes, she's got, going back to 2007, driving unsuspended, failures to appear, drug paraphernalia, another driving unsuspended. Within the last year, drugs, controlled substance, paraphernalia, resisting without, and failures to appear. He has some history from out of state from the 90s. Look like drug charges in another state.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000, and we'll see you back to court November 20th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
I'm sorry, what's the date?
November 20th.
Thank you.
Neil Squartieri.
Morning.
Good morning, sir. What is your date of birth?
7642.
Okay. Mr. Squartieri, you are here this morning for a domestic battery. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Can I ask you a question? How could you find probable cause if I didn't do anything?
Okay. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you, sir?
No.
Okay. You're going to hire a private attorney?
Yes, I am.
Okay. State the secret prior record.
He's got a couple of dropped DVs in the last 12 years.
Okay. All right, Mr. Squartieri, I have an address for you on Pinehurst Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long
Yes,
have you lived there, sir?
20 years.
Okay. Do you have a job, or are you retired?
No, I'm retired.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Squartieri, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Terry Squartieri, okay? That means do not...
That's not her name. That's not her name.
Okay, what is her name?
Her name is Terry Swingle.
I'm going to order that you have no contact with Terry Swingle. Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, do not go anywhere where she lives, where she works, or anywhere where she might frequent often, okay? Stay completely away from her. Do not have anyone else call her on your behalf or email her on your behalf, okay?
Can I ask you a question, young lady? Where do I go? It's my house.
That is something that you have to figure out, sir. If you don't have a place to go, you can stay right where you are, okay?
Oh, what a nice young lady you are. Thank you.
I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today, Mr. Squartieri, in case Miss Swindle wants to file an injunction with you so she knows where to find you, okay?
Uh-huh.
And we're going to see you back to court on November 15th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
What was the bond amount, Your Honor?
The bond is $1,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Corey Vance. Mr. Vance, what's your date of birth?
3/16/86.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for criminal mischief. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
Hire somebody.
All right. State the secret prior record.
A couple of alcohol-related, he had at least 2 DUIs, at least one was dropped, the second one I don't know.
Okay.
So,
Are
alcohol
they
related.
recent things?
One was in 2010, one was in 2013. Nothing else besides that.
Okie dokie.
That I know.
Mr. Vance, I see an address for you on Little Farms Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes,
Okay. How long have you lived there?
20 years.
you have a job?
I do odd jobs, lawn maintenance.
Okay. We have to do it. Why don't we just have, do you want to take care of your case today?
I like to bond out, right?
You can bond out, but I was going to place you on probation if you want to take it today.
I do probation, yes.
Okay. You understand by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up right to go to trial?
Probation as in, can you explain more?
You have to report to probation. You have to report there every month. You'd have fines and court costs, the amount of $503, and you'd owe restitution to C's Pub for the amount of the door that you broke.
Okay.
Okay, you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, you understand by taking a plea on this case, you're giving up the right to go to trial?
Right.
Giving up the right to confront witnesses against you and call witnesses on your own behalf?
Yeah.
And you're giving up the right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Take care of it, yes.
Okay. With regard to this criminal mischief charge, how do you plead? Complete no contest. Or you complete guilty. You complete guilty or you complete no contest.
Plead guilty to damages.
To criminal mischief.
I need to get a lawyer first.
I can't hear you, sir.
Mind if I get a lawyer?
Okay. All right, well, it's going to set your bond at $1,000. We're going to see you back in court November 15th at 9 a.m. And are you going to hire an attorney? Did you say you were going to hire?
I'm hiring one, yes.
Okay. All right, we'll see you back in court November 15th at 9 a.m., okay?
I'll be released today?
You have to bond out. Your bond's $1,000.
Okay.
Okay?
We order no contact with C's Pub at a request.
Can't order anything. Okay.
Tell them not to go
Mr.
there.
Vance, don't go back to C's Pub while this case is pending, okay? Oh, sorry. Kenneth Wallace.
Thanks. The owners will appreciate it, I think.
Good morning, 1023.
That's about how much money is.
Thank you. You are here this morning for a battery, second or subsequent offense. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
I'm representing myself.
Represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he say he's going pro se, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am. All right, state the secret fire record.
Oh, yes, but ma'am. It's got a bunch of juvenile batteries and resisting without. Starting in 06 as an adult aggravated battery. At Leo, there was one instance back before 2010 where he may have had some mental health and able to stand trial, but that was a long time ago. Since then, he's been convicted of trespass, battery on law enforcement, resisting without violence, and a battery second offense. I believe this year.
Correct.
He had an arrest in St. Petersburg from May 7th, 2017, where he pled guilty to felony battery and did about 3 months jail. That was August 8th. So basically he's only been out of jail for felony battery second, very short period of time.
Okay. Mr. Wallace, I have an address for you on Belfast Street in Dunellen, Florida. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
How long have you lived there?
I just got back there a week ago. Okay. And I just came from Springbrook Hospital yesterday.
Yeah, that's where this offense was, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, there is probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to keep your bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Vincent Maribel. He was the other person there with you. And we're going to see you back to court on November 20th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Okay. Is there any way I can plead out today?
No, sir, I'm not going to do that today because you're charged with a felony. And we need to have Judge Toner look at this case first, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Adam Weeks.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Weeks. What's your date of birth?
11/15/1985.
Okay, you were here this morning for a petty theft charge. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
I'm actually have two other charges.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could run them together or whatever.
Well, we can put them all on the same court date. Don't worry about that. It looks like.
He has felony also.
Well, is there any way that I can put them all together and just...
Well, some of them, one of them is a misdemeanor and one of them is a felony, so we're not going to be able to put them all together. The one that you're here for today is a misdemeanor,
Yes.
and it's a warrant signed on October 23rd.
It's on a $500 bond.
It's a $500 bond, yeah. I mean, you can take care of this case today if you want. But
Altogether, that's $12,500, right? Is there any way I can get that lowered if I put it together?
But listen, you have another judge for your other cases. Only that judge that you're assigned to on your felony cases can consider a bond motion and a bond reduction on that. The only thing in front of me today is this one misdemeanor petty theft. The bond on that is $500. So what I'll do is, do you want me to appoint the public defender on this case?
I guess if you run them all executive together, does that mean that I'll see the only one judge for all of them?
No, because this is a misdemeanor case. So you're going to get a misdemeanor judge for your misdemeanor cases and a felony judge for your felony cases, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you say the public defender? You want the public defender?
I'm sure. What do I got to do? What do you have set for just this case, I guess?
This case, what we're going to do is we have a $500 bond. I'm going to keep it at $500. I'm going to see you back November 15th at 9 a.m., okay? Someone from the public defender's office will be out to see you soon.
If I wanted to take care of just this misdemeanor case today, what would you do for me?
I would give you 60 days jail if you want to take care of it today.
No. All right.
Okay. All right.
I'll put them together.
Okay, we'll see you back to court on November 15th then, okay? Richard Zinsmeister? Mr. Zinsmeister, what's your date of birth?
7/29/77.
Okay. You are here this morning for a writ of bodily attachment to contempt of court case out of Sumter County.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the bond on that, or the purge amount, is $669. Can you come up with $669 in order to get out of jail?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to bring you over to Sumter County, and Sumter County is going to figure out if they should lower the purge amount or whether they're going to sentence you to an additional 10 days jail, okay? If you come up with $669, you can get out of jail. If not, then Sumter County will address it with you when you get over there, okay?
No.
All right. Did we get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.